This is it, man. It's a lot of ends of Arthur. Hashtag the end of Arthur, and it's time for us to look at the final in our canon and in their canon. 1 hour Arthur special. It's going to be time for us to kick back and watch Arthur's First Day. Lucas, it's our last commentary. How are you feeling about this whole thing?
Well, I thought we had already watched all the feature-length Arthur specials before you announced that we were going to do this, so I'm not seeing this as the last one. I'm seeing this as like a bonus that I never realized existed.
Well, so you're technically correct. For all of the heads out there, we have talked about Arthur's First Day before, but it wasn't a commentary, and it wasn't a review. It was a Patreon exclusive at the time, discussion about it, because when this came out in 2021, it kind of, we kind of stopped what we were doing to take a look at it because it's important. It's Arthur's first day of fourth grade. It was looking beyond the scope of the Arthur show, and so we didn't do a full-on review of it. We just watched it and talked about what we thought about it. And if you want to hear our thoughts from a few years ago, you can find that in the Patreon backlog. Of course, that'll be around 2021 because of course Arthur's First Day aired September 6th, 2021, which was Labor Day. It aired between seasons 24 and 25, which is actually really good timing that we're doing it now. And it's the final 1 hour episode of Arthur. And I mean, Lucas, we've had a fun time doing these commentaries throughout our entire existence, and you can find them all on the free feed now. They're also on our YouTube. And yeah, it feels like this is a muscle we haven't flexed in a while, doing a commentary as opposed to like a review or something like that.
Yeah, it's not only is it a muscle I haven't flexed in a while, it's just like, it's hearing you lay out the times we've talked about this in the past. It's crazy how much of this show has been memory hold. I feel like we could watch Arthur all over again, and I probably would have fresh takes on all those kind of early season episodes because it's just been so long at this point. So I'm excited to dive in. This is pre-Flash era, no?
No, this is right where we are in the timeline if you're listening on Elwood City Limits proper. So this is between seasons 24 and 25. It's part of that big
so it's
final batch.
We're past the Flash era. It's funny because the intro tricked me. It's the old intro, and so I was expecting it to be... I see. I understand now.
Of course, it's the redone intro, as we'll see in just a moment, because we're going to get started with this, and you, listener, can follow along with us at home. So get your copy of Arthur's First Day, however it is that you like to watch it, and we are going to be watching from a video file that has the whole thing through. It's a little bit under an hour long. We are going to be starting from the very beginning of the Arthur episode, so right now we are looking at the fade in onto Pal in the Arthur intro. So if you start around there, we're going to give you the 5-second countdown, and then we're going to press play, and we're going to watch it together. So this is it, our final ECL commentary for Arthur's First Day. We've got the information out of the way. Here comes the countdown. When I say go, you press play, we press play, and we're going to watch together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're right. When you Lucas, when you have this paused on it, it does look like the old intro. But
yeah.
As soon as it gets moving, it's got that bright animation. It's got the newly inked lines. And I mean, we're going to be talking about this very soon, also on the Patreon.
That's right. It's comparing the animation is fresh in my mind because we're talking about in a future Patreon episode. That's going to be the main topic. This theme song, Will. I feel like it's been a while since we've talked about the Arthur theme song.
Oh my God, yeah.
Still a banger, eh? I think one of the lasting elements of this show, why it sticks in people's head, is how iconic this theme song is. Like when I tell people in real life, which I'm not one to do, but when it comes up that I have an Arthur podcast, one of the first things they'll start talking about is when you walk down the street and having fun isn't hard when you have a library card and stuff of that ilk.
It's funny you say that because a lot of times, like, part of the Arthur cultural identity is, like, lyrics from the song, and it's like, I don't disagree. Some of those lyrics are pretty general, and, like, they don't necessarily relate to Arthur. You just remember the theme song most of all. So, yeah, Lucas, this is, of course, for anybody following along at any point in the ECL timeline, this is during the final production of the show. So we're in the Toon Boom Harmony version of the show. This is past the Flash era, and we're now into Toon Boom Harmony, which is how the final 4 seasons of Arthur look. Again, this is like perfectly planned. Don't think that I planned it out this way. It just kind of happened serendipitously. This is between seasons 24 and 25. We're going to start season 25 in January 2025. But Arthur's getting ready for his first day of 4th grade. I thought before I watched this episode, I thought he was talking about a pimple here, which was weird to think about. But no, he's talking about what if he gets a wart on his nose. But it's weird to think about, like, this. We don't quite go this far, but it is like,
whoa,
what is Arthur going to be like in puberty?
Alternative Arthur fit here. I don't think I've ever seen him in this sweater.
No, this is going to be a lot of alt attires here, in fact. So, like, as usual with this commentary, I watched it before to make sure that, like, we got names right and everything. Lucas, this is your first time watching this the whole way through, as far as you know. I think
you're getting my fresh, uncensored, off the cuff reacts right now.
Yeah, so get ready for a lot of new attires you see one right here.
It's like how in the Star Trek movies, everybody wears different outfits than the Star Trek TV show.
Yeah, they got those red ones, those real official looking red ones. So we got Arthur going into 4th grade. DW is going into kindergarten from pre-K. She calls it pre-K. So it's not preschool, it's pre-K, which is, I feel like, is an American thing. More of an American thing. I don't know. DW, of course. I mean, going against the fact that... Yeah.
Imagine if she said monkeypox.
Ooh. There's an outbreak of COVID.
Did you know that Arthur predicted the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah. But of course, DW loves school, so it's weird to see her dreading going to kindergarten. I think, at the end of the episode, we might... I mean, I don't want to have too long of a tale on this. It is a commentary track. But I was thinking about it. I think I might just give what I feel is my favorite hour-long Arthur episode. I don't know if you would remember them all, Lucas. If I asked you that question and then gave you the remainder of this commentary to think about it, do you think you might have an answer?
Oh my god, I don't think so. The first Christmas one, none of them really stick out ahead in my brain. So I'm going to say Arthur's Perfect Christmas, I think, is the first Christmas one.
Yeah. Well, spoiler. I mean, well, you know what? There's 2 that I have in mind, and I want to give them a shout out because these hour-long specials have, I would say, varied in quality, which, we'll see how we feel about this one by the end. Of course, this is some nice toast ASMR.
Is that, yeah, that's a margarine, surely. Here's something. Have you ever actually gotten your lunch in one of those brown bags?
In like a set?
You've heard the term brown bagging it. I've never had it in an actual like paper brown bag before. I don't even know where one would buy such a thing, like individually sized paper brown bags.
No, I always had like a lunch bag or lunch box, and it might have even been had like a property on it.
More economical.
Yeah. Just like a perfectly reasonable, like solid colored lunch bag, enough to fit like a freezer pack and stuff like that. Or it might have, like, when I was little, I had a Power Rangers one. So we got DW in 2 shades of blue here, which is immediately like, just feels wrong. It feels like the other side of an Arthur puzzle where it's like, what's wrong with this picture? Well, DW's got blue on.
I don't know. Arthur's backpack looks wrong. I mean, I hope this isn't just the whole commentary as me saying, wow, these are off model. But it makes you wonder, what is the decision making behind, okay, we're going to do this hour-long episode. Let's make them not look like Arthur.
Well, hey man, it's a new year, new clothes. That was a thing for me in school, is that, you're going to a new year of high school, or not high school, like grade school, and you get new clothes. That was kind of like a tradition. or like we're really a gift. Wait do you see the next person coming through here? We get another all new fit coming up.
Dang, I don't know if I could spell cauliflower off rip.
I was gonna say I don't want to put you on the spot. I know that I can. Not to brag. I was very good at spelling bees.
Wow.
I have an English degree. So Buster's isn't like terribly new. It's just another shade of blue. In fact, it's really close to DW now that I look at it. But he's missing he had like a pink accent to it somewhere. I think it was his undershirt.
Yes. No, I think it was just the trim. It was blue with pink trim on the polo.
A lot of blues. I would wear Arthur's sweater. I like that sweater. It's very dadly. The return of Buster's lucky hat.
Wow. DW not buying into spirituality.
Yeah, she just said, prove it. How does luck work? Come on.
If only there was some sort of pencil that could bestow good luck on them.
I know. Now, this mini uni is a secret Mousca that we will use later. Like, when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, they're spending a lot of time on this unicorn. Boy, they're reaching to fill that hour up, aren't they? Because this is not just a double episode of the show. This is like a double episode, and then some. And I feel like we found in the past with some of the hour-long episodes that weren't all that great, is like felt like they might have been struggling to fill that hour with like enough stuff to do that was interesting. Also, spoilers for Muffy lovers and haters. This is a heavy Muffy episode.
Oh, listen. That has me excited. Francine trash fit right now. She's got mustard on with red pants.
It's a little bit pukey. Like it kind of, especially with the green backpack, it just kind of looks sickly. And Bailey made mini quiches. Those forks look huge. They look bigger than the quiche.
Well, the quiche is mini, Will.
But, like, I feel like I wouldn't need a fork to eat a mini quiche. Just use your hands. And also, it's like that fork could, like, stab that whole mini quiche.
Muffy's upper crust, you know?
Yeah. Muffy, a very subtle change. She's gone for, what would you call that? It's like a faded version of her previous one.
I see what you're saying.
I guess faded would be it. It's not as pastel-y. Francine has new hair bands as well.
Do you remember a single thing about 4th grade? I literally could not tell you a single thing I learned in 4th grade.
Yes.
For some reason, 3rd grade and 5th grade really stand out in my mind more. Also, turns out this is not Muffy's limousine. It's the cash cab. They've gotten into the cash cab.
Oh, hey, man, you're in cash cab. We're going to take it to Bloor Street. Oh, man.
You know, something that we might have talked about this on the show before, but it always bummed me out that on cash cab, it's actually a work. They know they're getting in the cash cab.
Oh, do they? Oh.
Yeah, they do. It takes away, whenever I was in Toronto, it's like, maybe I'll be in the cash cab. Americans listening to this commentary, you got to Google what cash cab is.
By the way, a reappearance from a character that made an impact on us, that's Marie-Hélène in the background there. They just, she just dyed her hair, I guess. She's brunette instead of blonde. But they even name her. She doesn't get to speak, but Marie-Hélène is still alive. This is proof of life on her. That's too bad. I was also thinking, like, what if I got a taxi in Toronto and it was a cash cab? Oh. Nothing's as real as you want it to be. you know what? By also bad news, this is an Emily heavy episode.
Oh man. Okay, pause for all these. We can't pause, I mean, but if you're a viewer at home, pause for all those Easter eggs in the class lists.
Yeah, and confirmed last names of a lot of characters. So like Emily Leduc, I believe this is where we confirm that last name. Also, Lucas, the other fourth grade teacher is Grimslid, which is the title of one of our oldest podcast episodes. It's the one the episode was in season 1 where Binky does Eensy Weensy Spider and the two gym teachers have an argument about it. One of them was Miss Grimslid, and we had
Miss Grimslid.
Yeah, Mrs. Grimslid. There she is. So I believe it is like at least a similar character model, but it's a different character altogether in terms of personality. And so the big thing here is that Arthur and Buster are in different classes. Also, just so this doesn't surprise you, Mr. Ratburn is the other fourth grade teacher, which to me, I'm genuinely curious if this has ever happened in the history of teaching, where a teacher for one grade goes up to the next grade and has the same students the next year.
Mr. Feeney, right?
Oh, did he do that
kept
too?
doing that. I think he did that for the entire series of the show. Like, he just followed that class all the way up until they graduated high school.
But in real life, though, I wonder if that's ever happened. If that can happen. Like, maybe there are rules against it. I don't know. I should ask my mom. My mom's a teacher. See some new designs there on Sue Ellen. Also don't really like that. Yeah, so Grimslid is I think they basically recycled her character but made her look more tired and not like a gym teacher.
Great vocal performance here on Grimslid.
You like
This
it?
is what she should sound like, yeah.
Just like kind of tired and robotic almost.
Oh man, Kevin is awesome. Oh, new favorite character, Kevin. Like all these weird, just kind of slightly off-model Arthur characters from this bizarro Miss Grimslid class.
So, of course, one of the funniest things about this special is that there are several new characters, or at least like characters given more importance, and then none of them are ever seen again. And the Arthur Wiki backs me up on this. It's like, other than online games, you never see Samir ever again. This is the only, like...
Oh my gosh.
This is the... with the exception of online games, this is Cressida Billings-Thorpe's only appearance in the Arthur show. And I wonder...
Thank goodness.
I wonder if, like, there was ever potential for this to be, like, a backdoor... Maybe not pilot, but just, like, a continuation of the Arthur show in fourth grade. So we're setting up, like, here's new characters, like Samir and Cressida and Kevin. And we'll see another new-ish character in a bit. It's making me laugh. And just like, who here knows how to read their names? And just like, I think DW could perform Shakespeare if she wanted.
True.
She's just like, no 5-year-old is that erudite. Of course she can't read, but like, sometimes she just doesn't come across to me like, she just seems like a little adult.
It's funny, you forget her name. Obviously, Dora Winifred Reed, but you forget about the Dora without the Winifred.
Exactly. And the thing here is that the teacher's name is also Dora, and who DW has never met another Dora in her life.
Ah, good timing, Will. I always assumed it was Hispanic, based off the TV show.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think exclusively. I wouldn't think so. And then, of course, what's her name here? Dora. Oh, well, Lucas, the full name of this teacher, according to the Arthur Wiki, is Dora Velez. So, I don't know. What do I know? And then to bring this out to an hour, we had to give Emily a lot of screen time. It's kind of funny. I feel like this could be a DW plot, and I probably would have preferred it that way. But like, yeah, we just give it to Emily, who, if you've been listening, if you've listened to the show, we're not crazy about Emily. Especially, I mean, it means we have to look at a lot of Toon Boom era Emily, who I really dislike looking at, and you'll see why throughout this. So, Lucas, one of the things that we talked about, I remember in our kind of just discussion about this episode, is that they finally named this Gray Rabbit character who's been around since season 1. And very early in the ECL timeline, we thought his name might be Frank, like Frank the Bunny from Donnie Darko, but his name is Alex. And
my goodness.
Yeah.
Multiverse, it's just so played out now, and I wonder, when did this episode air?
September 2021.
That's right in the thick of it, you know?
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once, Rick and Morty, Marvel, everybody was into multiverses for a second.
I think we're still in the grips of it a little bit. Like, it's not totally over yet. But yeah, when it was new and it could be mentioned on a PBS Kids show. Spoilers for this special. Alex's character he reads, and that's basically it. Didn't really set Alex up for success here in this special, I don't think. His head also looks like strangely oblong. Like not what do you call it? Symmetrical. Especially when he like not here, but like when he's full on. It's just I don't know. We were not meant to look at Alex for this long. That's why he's always been in the background.
He really is like, there's nothing notable about him. He feels like he's in the background even when he's in the foreground. Also, crazy alt fit on Mr. Ratburn.
Again, there's so many just blue. Like, everybody defaulted to blue as their new thing. I also just noticed that Binky is only wearing his white undershirt, his white button-up. Looks like he's Phantom of the Opera or something. You can see Alt Fern there, who's also just wearing blue. There's a lot of blue. I'm just noticing it right now because we're talking about it so much. It's a lot to take in. Okay. Before I look it up, what animal do you think that kid is? Hippo?
Armadillo?
Maybe a groundhog?
You're saying he reminds you of Moo Dang?
Ooh. No, actually, that's throwing me off the hippo scent, really. I think he would probably have more of a snout and, like, buck teeth if he was like Moo Dang. But, Ryan... Again, big thanks to the Arthur Wiki. I'm referring back and forth to it here. Ryan Bostler Jackson. He's a tapir, which is a different kind of anteater than an aardvark. I would never have guessed that. He really looks like some kind of mole rat. In fact, he kind of looks like that mole rat from Kim Possible.
The naked mole rat. Rufus?
Rufus, yeah.
I believe. Embarrassing. This would be embarrassing.
No, well, I think they're young enough to that it's okay.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Pate sandwich, Lucas. I mean, sounds good to me.
Sounds delicious. I haven't had supper yet, so that sounds fire.
I like that little aside. They're gluten-free, very low sugar. Dad knows how to do this. There's also something that I'll point out here, speaking of food as well. So for school, to kind of help her, DW gets one of her favorite sandwiches, which is BLT minus the B and a lot of pickles. So it's an LTP.
LTP?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I respect that more than minus the T. At that point, if you're gonna take off the T, get rid of it. Get a different sandwich.
Oh, bacon and lettuce? Yeah, that's like wrap territory. Might as well just like get a thing of lettuce and wrap it in a roll style and then put some bacon in it. Samir at least has like gimmicks going for himself as opposed to Alex. It's like Alex's thing is that he owns a book. Samir does magic tricks, and he's also kind of on the same wavelength as Buster, so that separates him, I think.
As a kid, you like the dream was always to run into like some sort of cryptology mystery such as this.
Yes. Listen, like I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, as we love to say here, and we're in the middle of watching this, so I don't want to like harsh anybody's viewing experience, but like this whole thing of their quest to find out the mystery behind this is well, one of my least favorite parts of the episode. mainly because, and I think it's like it has to do with the length of things. How long this episode is, that they have to draw it out, and they also have to really agonize over every clue. And we'll see it later, but it's just like it gets to a point where it's just like, I think I could have figured this out even if I was 8 watching this. So yeah, the Little Buddy
Name
program.
of Little Buddy. This is funny because when I think of Little Buddies, I think of wrestling. People always have a little buddy, you know what I mean? Like, the concept of like the chauffeur or the manager or just the wrestler that's kind of more of a geek than you, that's in your posse. I always think of them as, because I feel like commentators refer to them as little buddies. And so that kind of parlance entered into my friend's lexicon. We would always talk about someone as so-and-so's little buddy.
That's funny. I've never heard that before. I've never thought about it that way.
Commentators do that. They're like, that's it. That's Roman Reigns' little buddy. And so it's like, if you're not a main eventer, but you're running with the main eventer, you know, it's little buddy status.
Little buddy. Yeah. Okay. Or like in CMLL, someone like Keimonito is
well, that's a literal little buddy.
literal little buddy for the Technicos.
I was thinking more of like Ludwig Kaiser is perpetually Gunther's little buddy.
He is kind of, well, yeah. Right, and little buddy does not refer to the fact that he's small. In fact, I think he's a little taller than Gunther, but like, yeah, totally. He is his little buddy. Like, it's a diminutive term as opposed to like actually describing his physicality. Yeah, so Francine and Muffy are doing this little buddy thing. I had a thing like this in when I was in I guess in Canada it's grade primary. So but it was book buddies, and we would read together. But was I a book? Oh, jeez, I've been talking all day. Was I a book buddy? I don't remember if I was. What about you, Lucas? Did you have anything like that? Either
I had like a book buddy, like there was some sort of, but it was really brief. I feel like it wasn't a big part of elementary school.
Okay. And we see Brain is in a maroon sweater.
Good delivery from Buster.
Well, there's a couple of things here where it's like Buster is trying to work out the clue with Samir, and especially when it's obvious what it is, and Buster's like, I'm the stupidest person ever. I don't know. And like we really have to lean on the fact that Buster is like kind of dim sometimes. But even still, I don't think I think he could figure this out better than we're giving him credit. I couldn't quite figure out, maybe I should look it up right now, what the book that Arthur is talking about here, the one that Alex loaned him, is supposed to be like a takeoff on. like if it's supposed to be a parody of a certain book or something.
Parody of just our current moment. I'm excited for things to be in one universe again.
Yeah, really though. And of course, like, I've been reading comics for basically since I was a kid, and it's just like I've dealt with this before. It's like it's not new to me anymore. Multiverse. No, the Arthur wiki doesn't have anything. It's the design of them looks like it's supposed to be something specific. I don't know. If anybody listening to this commentary has any idea what the multiverse stories might be a takeoff on in Arthur, please let us know. Yeah, every time we do front-facing Emily, her face looks like a fish. Like, I've put that picture on our socials before, but it's like, she looks okay, and until she looks forward, her eyes are too big. Like, I don't know what it is. It might just be the way that her design works specifically, but I just really don't like looking at her when she's facing front. Like, see if see if she does it here, and then maybe you'll see what I mean.
It's kind of the Simpsons phenomena.
Yeah.
Front-facing Bart.
Just like
we get a little bit of. This is definitely a sequence you would never see on a 20-minute episode of Arthur. This kind of extended them looking for each other in the school. The pace is very different than your regular Arthur episode here.
Yeah, it's noticeable, eh? Like you really take note of like, oh, this is not something that would happen.
And not necessarily for worse, it's just that like you could sense it's a different type of sequence than what we usually see in Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
Neophyte. A person who is new to a subject, skill, or belief, according to Google.
Oh, spoilers, Lucas. Don't worry. They'll tell you what neophyte means. But of course, Rattles, secretly very intelligent, knows what that means very well. I do like this moment here. Molly lifting up her hair, so you can see her eyes. Like, what would that be like? I guess, Wonder Woman's lasso of truth or something, just like to completely disarm you, or like the gaze of the shadow, perhaps.
Everybody just recounting their L's.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is always love seeing the tough customers. Who knows if we'll, with 4 episodes left, who knows how much more time we have with them. So it's nice to see them, kind of up to their usual stuff. Looking tough, but secretly being nice. Yeah, ugh. It just looks really weird. Her eyes are like saucers. Also, the teacher Dora with that winged eyeliner, by the way. That's not easy.
This is, we're getting millennial teachers.
That's right. Just as the teachers on the actual show are getting younger. Like, we'll see if maybe in season 25 they'll have a teacher with winged eyeliner and be like, aha! Or like a heckin' doggo tote bag or something.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah.
I think we're past the heckin' doggo tote bag. Those are the elder millennials.
Some good Muffy expressions in this one, though. You can always count on Arthur the show to drop references to like poets and writers. Like, I'll be honest, a couple of these that Buster brings up, like, I had not heard of, like the donut guy. or John Donne. Like, I'm not super familiar with John Donne, other than, of course, No Man is an Island.
Oh, I assumed the donut thing was parody. That book is actually about donuts?
I think so, or there's...
What was it again? I'll Google it.
Yeah, no, it's one of the poets that Buster references has a poem about donuts.
Buster, he's willing to learn as long as there's an ARG involved.
Hey man, I'm the same way with like exercise. If you gamify it, I'll do it. So we don't all learn the same way, and this is maybe something we're getting into a little bit here. Oh yeah, this is the one where I was like screaming at my computer. It's this. It's like, I don't know if Buster needs someone to like escalate him, you know? I like Samir, and the fact that he doesn't show up again is like, well, it really doesn't matter. But
he's certainly got more going on than Alex here.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex is, I feel bad because it's another one of those, like, that other background character a couple of seasons ago who got her own episode. And then Alex is just kind of nobody. He just likes to read and is nice.
Ryan is freaking out. I kind of do like Ryan, though, even though he's another non-character. He doesn't look like any other animals on Arthur, so I can't stop looking at him.
No, his is the closest that we're getting to, like, the BoJack Horseman thing of, like, any animal can be a human. Lucas, I think you could also rock that sweater, Ryan's sweater.
I think I have a sweater that is like that, to be perfectly honest with you.
There's your like next obscure Halloween costume is Ryan from Arthur's First Day. This reminds me, actually, because Emily in kindergarten here has, nice Rube Goldberg. I'm a sucker for Rube Goldbergs, even when they're not intentional. When I was in kindergarten, or primary over here, I think we only had a full day once a week, if I'm remembering that correctly. Like, you would have one day where you and like a you would be in a group of kids who would stay in the afternoon, but otherwise you were dismissed at lunchtime and got to go home. I don't know if that's typical. Like, I don't know if that's similar to your experience.
Not in kindergarten. I feel like in it's hard to remember. I would always go home at lunchtime in elementary school because my aunt lived near the school.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized I was relaxing and really getting into this Arthur episode. I was leaning away from my microphone.
And this is where we get the return of the mini uni thing, because mini uni, Lucas, can grant a wish to the child who possesses it, and DW is giving it to Emily. Use your wish wisely.
She's like Calypso from Twisted Metal.
Yeah. maybe less ironic than Calypso, but
Yeah, she's not gonna wish on Minnie Uni and then, I want to be beautiful forever. And it's like, okay, you're gonna be in the bodies exhibit or something.
Well, she wanted to be beautiful forever, and now she is. I am Minnie Uni, and I thank you for playing Twisted Metal. I feel like we talked about that before, but it's funny to me every time. Did you watch that Twisted Metal show, the live-action show?
Hell no. Will, I do not watch TV shows. This is something I've often said. I don't know. I don't have the time. And I'm not a big fan of like streaming shows in general.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though I probably will watch that new. They're making a Dune TV show.
Yeah, kind of a continuation of the movies.
Or it's like a prequel.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those prequels where it's like 10,000 years earlier. Whoa, look at this.
Yeah, so Binky's...
Whoa.
This is Binky's giving his report on Peter Pan, and this is Muffy Pan, which I guess listen, if you had to ask me, think of a Peter Pan nickname for Muffy, that would probably be my first draft. So I don't know how difficult it would be to think of something else that made sense with both.
Yeah, Muffy does not have a Peter Pan-esque demeanor. It doesn't feel right.
Well, it's to go along with the fact that like Muffy really beefed it with her buddy role with Emily, and now it's like she can't take responsibility, so she'll forever be a child, like Peter Pan. And then, of course, this imagination gets a lot of breathing room because we got minutes to fill.
Tinker Bailey. All right, I've changed my mind about this bit.
Yeah, Tinker Bailey
is all right.
Really excellent.
Is there a part where we all have to start clapping to keep Tinker Bailey alive?
No, I think that's the last we see of Tinker Bailey. I mean, I also use an app to get around, but it's because I don't remember street names. It's not because I'm a baby.
Destiny Islands from Kingdom Hearts.
Now we can eat the Pow Pow fruit.
Woo!
Say hi to Waka and Titus for me. Oh, they've even got the Peter Pan world. That's okay. You can keep it.
Actually, it's Buccaneers. Pirates have got woke.
We prefer the term woke pirates.
Yeah, woke pirates. I'm surprised no one's. I've heard people talk about woke Sopranos, stuff like that. Woke pirates is a funny concept.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yeah, exactly.
Please don't use that joke. It's very bad. I'm trusting anybody who listens to this to use that responsibly.
That's true. Woke pirates is too powerful. Put it into the wrong hands.
We trust our listeners though. We've got some good eggs in there. Yeah, Binky just ditched the orange. And it's just...
But I see what you're saying about Binky with his undershirt looking like he's in Phantom of the Opera. He looks like he's in like a school choir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very formal. It's like a lot of the Arthur kids do wear like dress shirts under their sweaters. At least they have like the collared shirts that come up underneath. But you don't see them with it, and it seems very, yeah, old school. Like, I can't think of really anybody that at school that I would have seen dressed like that. That where it wasn't like in high school and an affectation, you know? I did, don't want your germs, thank you. I get enough of it normally. Oh damn, it's getting Uzumaki up in this.
Whoa.
The horror of the spiral is entrancing Arthur.
Oh no, this is the multiverse. Oh, okay. I switched
Oh.
too soon.
That's actually a great idea. Why doesn't Arthur just do that normally? I guess if he did, he would have lost it.
See, we have about 13 minutes left in this episode. We're kind of on the last quarter here. This would have been a lot better if it happened earlier, because there's so much you could do with it. But it's sort of being used here as just kind of this Arthur having an epiphany,
Yeah.
you know, at the final moment.
Also, like, no offense to Arthur's voice actor, but we have Michael Yarmish on the payroll. Like, can't we make him old Arthur?
True. Salient point. But Will, sometimes it's funny to talk like this. I'm old.
I mean, it is. That is kind of true. So, like, I'll give him that. And he is, well, we'll hear him again in the Arthur role before it's all over. So, it's fine. Also a little bit endgame here of going up to old Arthur, just like, did you get married? Can you tell me if you got married to Francine? No, I don't think I will. Yeah, see, his head is all weird. Also, he's got like a Dick Tracy coat on here. It's all like yellow. Now that I have no
This is like
explanation for.
This is like that park where we live in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, where the geese attack people.
Except the geese don't have your face, you know?
That's true. That's very being John Malkovich. I like Miss Grimslit. I wish she was a more regular character.
That was a funny cut back to her expression. I did like that. The Gathering? Yeah, they've been straining over this for like 20 minutes, and it's like as soon as you see it, like, eh. It's almost like this show was made for kids.
I will say that
Oh.
you ever read Paradise Lost?
No, I haven't.
The parts in Paradise Lost, I haven't read it cover to cover, but the excerpts from Paradise Lost I've read where Milton does this, where it's like the first letters of all the sentences, the first letter of all the line breaks, it spells out like Satan.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty crazy. It's like you're like, whoa! You're like,
that's kind of ahead of its time, actually. Alex also doesn't like have many expressions either. He's just always kind of default. Ugh. Ugh. Front-facing Emily again. Oh, yeah, Shake making cameos in this episode, although he doesn't speak. So he's still part of the DW kindergarten crew.
these total randos.
Well, one of them is Shake. I don't know.
Ben, though. Ben is random.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who the other one is.
I read his name tag.
Oh. I went on about having an English degree, but it seems I can't read the words in front of me.
Whoa. These guys are on woohoo. I want to see an episode with these guys. Buffy, you want to play League of Legends with us? Monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer. Those are all the elements of a computer.
Your Honor, League of Legends. Jail.
Wow, what a classic goof.
Just making that off-camera extend motion to every bit that we have.
Sign's pretty funny.
Oh my god. Oh. It's like a Freddy Fish game or something. It's a map to what? Think about it, man. That dude needs to take some typing classes. Just pecking at the computer.
Boogle. Just sitting on the Google homepage like I do on the computer.
Just zoning out.
Yeah, look at this guy. Just making eye contact.
Just like trying to think of something to search.
Now, do we think that's Photoshop or is that GIMP?
What's GIMP?
GIMP is the open source open source Photoshop competitor, a favorite of Linux users.
Okay. I was thinking...
I don't know if you've ever seen that copy pasta that's like always espousing the benefits of Linux. Linux is better. Class. Okay, class, time to open up Photoshop. I try to install GIMP quickly. None of it works. Like, you should look that up. It's pretty funny.
I think it's probably just the like Microsoft Paint equivalent. I don't think it's anything so sophisticated.
I mean, it was on dark mode, so that's why I thought. This is pretty, I mean, as drawn out as this whole thing was, this is a pretty good payoff.
You think so?
I mean, it's just fun to see the tough customers trying to act like a cult.
Yeah, fair. I don't like golden.
Maybe I'm running out of patience with it. Who knows?
I don't like golden delicious apples. There you go.
They should have just gone to the computer lab and looked that up on Google.
Yeah, seriously.
Like I did. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, they're all kind of dressed in the organization. Is it Organization 18? Organization 13?
13.
I think it's 13. Yeah.
XIII. We got to get the X in there.
Yeah, they've all been Norded.
She's not Molly. She's Loiksome.
Loiksome. That's pretty good, Will. Whenever I try to make a Norden joke, it's hard for me to do on the fly.
I know. I just got I just got lucky because her name doesn't have many letters in it. He's not Slink. He's Kilkson. See, Rattles is hard because it's got like repeating letters. I can't do it in my head.
Yeah.
Is there like a website where you can like Nort a name?
Nort yourself?
Yeah.
There should be.
Ooh, Organization 13 name generator. Okay, Rattles.
Oh, hell.
Oh, and they give you like every single possible so I'm going to go with air statics.
Wow, air statics. Wow. Okay, can you do Lucas? I've never known mine.
Absolutely, I can.
And it speaks to the quality of this episode that we're spending the last 5 minutes of it talking about Organization 13.
Okay, I'm going to give you like the coolest looking one. There's a lot of these that are like that have sucks in them, so I'm avoiding those ones. There's some cucks too, like
Oh, man, see, this is the problem.
yeah.
I'll also remark that them walking across the bridge, again, that's a longer episode treatment, you can tell, because they would never use that kind of non-standard Arthur angle.
I'm going to say Zulcus. Xulcas.
Okay.
I'll do mine real quick. Ooh, Will's hard. A lot of these ones that are just like not anything. Wixel. Wixll. All right.
And with that,
there it is. So yeah, it all's well that ends well. Really quickly, since the whole thing is wrapping up here, I gotta say, I found that one kind of boring.
Yeah, it's pretty boring, especially in the second half.
Yeah. Of
it was nice spending it with you, Will, and
course.
the listeners.
Yeah, we always have a great time watching these no matter what. And it's like it's cool to see where the show could have gone if we had gone into 4th grade or if we had decided to continue it. But hopefully you also had a good time with us. Hopefully we kept you laughing, kept you entertained, along with the quality of the special itself. And that's going to be it. Of course, you can listen to all of our commentaries. You can either go to the Patreon and go back in the archives. You can find them all in the free feed. You can also go to youtube.com/ElbitCityLimits and find them, especially during Christmas time. Make sure to check out our Arthur's Perfect Christmas commentary. I would say to make sure that I go back to what I said. Arthur's Perfect Christmas, probably the best 1 hour. I also got some love for Rhythm and Roots of Arthur. I enjoyed that one too.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm sticking with Arthur's Perfect Christmas. It's definitely not. It's definitely not this one.
No, I would say not. Maybe sometime in the future we'll rank them all, but there's some of them I don't care to watch again. So for right now, thank you very much for joining us for this, the final ECL commentary track. My name's Will Young, and for Lucas Mancini.
I don't really have a quote from that episode, so just have a great weekend, everybody.
Or I should say, what is it, from Zulkis and Wixel?
Right.
We'll see you next time.
If you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, you're going to have to Google what we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes, but see you next time.